Alright, hello, greetings and welcome in everyone! Hello! My name is Harrier Citadel, avian alien sentinel of Fort Misthaven, perpetrator of creative chaos and general maker of things! Welcome in. Hi. Happy Monday, I hope that it has treated everyone kindly. I hope so. I've had a little bit of a crazy one. Just a little bit. Everything broke. Me included. But we're here, we survived it. We survived it. I think that's the most important part. We did not let the day break us. I wanted to cry earlier, but I did not let the day break me, and I hope that if that is the case for you as well, that you also can push through the madness. Because some days are just tough that way. But, in any case, hello. I hope you are surviving. We are on day number 36. 36, yes, of the Donothon. I'm losing count now, guys. I'm seriously losing count now. It's crazy. We're only 1/3 left of the way to go before we have everything that I need to be able to tie a ribbon in this thing and say, okay, done and dusted, let's go. I'm not going to ask you guys so explicitly for donations for a while again, unless something really goes terribly sideways. And I need help again, but hopefully that won't be the case in a while. Hopefully. Coffee, thank you. Thank you. Greatly appreciated. Yes. We are very close. We are only 30 pounds away from our next milestone target, which is going to be unlocking the karaoke stream, which is going to be my first karaoke. It's also going to be unarchived. Because I do not know the foggiest about getting permissions to actually have something archived. And I know that the licensing for anything in English is a nightmare. An actual, legitimate nightmare. So that is gonna be... that is gonna be an archive thing. And I'm just quickly making sure that stuff does not get in the way. Is that Chaos Cat? It's Chaos Cat, sorry, I accidentally elbowed my microphone there. Okay, Chaos, now let's get out of here. Okay. The felines have been freed. It's Chaos and Reversi were in there. So, now they are out and about. Not my problem. So yeah, that is happening. And at that point, I think as long as the special is still going on the online store, I might actually be able to afford the tablet early, in which case I will be able to use the rest of the funding on the Donothon for an iPhone, which will mean that I'll actually be able to properly finish the Teo rig, because that's an iPhone rig, and I don't actually own an iPhone, which makes it an interesting challenge to sort out, because you can only do so much cheating things with workarounds through other software that are sort of emulating, but not quite. So we're going to figure it out. And yeah, if we can get to the next milestone soon, I can secure that while it's still on special. I have no idea when that special is going to end. I can't find it anywhere. on the shop as a disclaimer about when that special is going to end. So we are on unpredictable time on that, unfortunately. But yeah, that is going to be the thing. I know that what the current value is a little bit less than what we've already managed to amass, but I'm not sure what the import duties are going to be, and I'd rather overestimate what that's going to be like, because I know that those numbers have a wonderful way of being really ugly when electronics is involved. So yeah, the import duties are going to be mad, but yeah, that's just one of those things that we need to budget for, and what I have budgeted for. So yeah. That aside, today, we are going to be working on finishing Cody's Fugi reactive. That we started on at some point last week. I can't remember exactly what day of the week it was. Wednesday, I think. Not 100% sure. I think it was Wednesday. Anyway, so we're going to continue with that and finish that up, and then we are going to continue working on doing the face mesh things for Cheeky, and that is going to be our game plan. And while I sit here, I just thought of an edit that I need to make to both Cheeky and Teo's facial shading layer. Let me write that down. Writing that down. I know what I need to do there. Tiny little tweak to something that I've not been happy with, that I just figured out while I was talking how I'm going to handle that. Don't ask me how I managed to think of that while I was yapping about what was in the pipeline for today, because I have no idea how that came about. Also, I apologize if I'm yawning while I'm speaking. I am underslept this day. I have been hopelessly underslept this day. I am currently running on 3 hours. I'm 3 hours. I'm on 3 hours today. Courtesy a headache that stems from the knots in my shoulders. I traced it back. It's starting from the knots in my shoulders. That was just not potent enough to warrant pain tablets, but was annoying enough to keep me awake in the time slot that I had available to sleep in. And that was incredibly frustrating. But we survived it. And yeah, I am hopefully going to be able to last the full duration for today, because otherwise I'm not going to make enough progress on things. The deadline for both Cheeky and Teo is early November, so I need to get them done pronto. I cannot afford to have those lay in an idle state for any particular amount of time. That being said, just one more note, guys. You might have seen it on social media posts lately from a whole bunch of people, myself included. But if you are following along on Twitch, I strongly encourage you guys to check out my YouTube channel and lurk there if you are going to be a lurker. Just FYI, this place is having some serious issues with how it is counting viewership at the moment. So if you can, please also lurk on the other side so that the watch hours can accumulate a little bit, because otherwise it is honestly hurting a lot of things on the algorithm, and it sucks that the interactive platform has the dam when it comes to the viewership counting, but we need to just be mindful of that when it comes to supporting our people. I know the other side isn't perfect. It's not perfect. There are some things that it is lacking quite significantly, and other peripheral madness aside. But the advantages there, at least in terms of, you know, making certain that we are all, you know, discoverable, is a little bit better. So yeah, that is that little note. Anything else before we dive into the madness? Anything else? That is of critical import. That is of critical import. Let me see. Okay, I think that covers everything that is necessary for the immediate future. Okay, yeah, we are there. Okay. Procrastination must now end. Let us dive into the work. Yes. Okay, labs on. Why? Because I've got the aircon on, because otherwise my computer will overheat, and if the computer is happy, that means that I freeze, so that needs to be a thing. And let's go over like so. Alright. All set up. So we got two little design notes in feedback from between now and last time we worked on this. That need correction before I go any further. And that has to do with the pattern on the jacket, and also oh man, I need to just sorry, one more. I did not need to subject you guys to that. Oh. Okay. Right, so the things that needed to be repaired were over here. The jacket is no longer going to be a crop. So that needs to get cleaned up. Hide that. Hide that. Hide that. Show you. And go like so. And over here, grab that. I'm using my OBS because I can't see on my actual tablet screen. So OBS preview is coming in clutch again. Okay. Legitimately cannot see on my own screen. Okay. So that is one thing. The next thing that needs to be fixed is that the bubbles are not actually supposed to be bubbles. They are not actually supposed to be bubbles. So I know that I've got something approximating the right tool for the job somewhere in my downloads folder. One moment, please. Download. Is that it? It should go under there like that, but it's just not what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. Okay. Loading. Okay. Put that there. Grab those. Drop that in there as well. Call this one glitch. Okay. Let's collapse that. Grab the blue. Like that. Let's clear that and let's see how this behaves. What's going on here? Okay, so that's how it behaves. In which case, we need to do a white fill. Add some blotches of information. Something like this. Okay, and then we go tonal correction reverse. Okay. And that is a hydrate. So everyone acquire your nearest safe for consumption beverages and let us take a sip. And for some reason, it's broken again. Why are you broke? You oughtn't be broken. I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay. Looks like that did its thing though. Don't understand that. Did not understand that. Yeah. So we're starting to get somewhere. But it's a little bit aggressive. So we need to kind of duplicate this a little bit. In theory. Just slightly less aggressively. Because that's now too much. That's now too much again. Okay. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. Okay. Switching the bubbles for the glitches. Part 1 sorted. Okay, now to do the same thing on the sleeves. So that gets cleared. That gets folded that way. Okay, hide front torso. There we go. Come over to our glitches. The first layer, that works. Okay. And then a couple more splats like that. Which we distort and put that on 40. What was those settings? 40, yes. Okay. That's looking a bit more on theme. Alright, now it's just the front. Clear it. There we go. Grab this. Almost got this slot. And like this. A little bit more to work with here. It's too much. Okay. Hopefully that works. I hope that gives an appropriate level of glitchy feeling. But okay. So now we've got to do bangs and the rest of this headphone piece. So let's figure it out from here. What we've got is like that. Nice and sharp. collapse that. Select, expand by 1, invert, and fill. Now here, this one needs to go behind. Undo. Clear. Something like that. Let's see. That lot. Okay. And over here. Tighten that up. There we go. Okay. Select outside, expand by 1 pixel, invert selection, fill. There we go. Okay. Wait, I'm being the dumb. I am so being the dumb because why? This needs hair physics. This needs hair physics. That was one of the add-ons, so I can't do it this way. Oh man, I hate it when I do the dumb unnecessarily. Okay, clear it again. Take 3. So, what we're gonna do? Collapse that. Just be clever with layering. Okay, so select outside, expand by 1 pixel, invert and fill. Okay, and this has to definitely go behind that. Okay, but absolutely has to live over there. Next, you. Okay, now that is going to be a separate thing. So this is going to be this section. Like that. There we go. Okay. Select outside. Expand by 1 pixel. Invert, fill. Okay. That makes sense. Cool. I'm gonna leave that one there. Next layer up. It's going to be this side. That ought to do the trick. Okay. That'll do. Save. Hope we're all holding out okay. Like that. Select outside. Expand by 1 pixel, invert. Fill. It helps having the correct color selected. Okay, dealing with floppy right now. 1 moment, please. Okay, I know why I'm feeling floppy. I will be back in just a moment, guys. I'll be back in just a moment. I know why I'm feeling floppy. I need to have a tablet. I'll be right back. Okay, I return. Oh! Feeling very, very, very floppy all of a sudden was not fun. Okay. Bum. All right. I need to do this. Clip, multiply, and have a temp swatch, right? Yeah, that ain't gonna help me for the hair layers. Let's see how does that behave. Works. Normal. Grab that color. Something like that. Okay, and then over here, what we're going to do, we're going to grab the white. And that is a hydrate, so everyone acquire your nearest safer consumption beverages, and let's take a sip. And coffee. Ooh. I'm feeling really, really shaky. Oy. I don't like it. But okay, that's that section done. Next, over here, I'm gonna basically do the same thing. Okay, then over here we're gonna have like that. And on the side, okay. Slowly but certainly. Slowly but certainly. Okay, put this behind, headphone back. Forward again. Okay. Drop that there. Save button before anything else. Okay. Okay. Ow. It's uncomfortable. Okay. Next section. Next section. It's gonna be these little things. That's that lot. Okay, have that color again. Select outside. Expand by 1 pixel. Invert and fill. Okay. Save. Save button. Okay. Just checking over here with the briefing. Okay. You know, this is actually hurting now. This is actually hurting now. Put that there. I'll put things back if they get in the work. Oh-wee. I'm struggling this day. Okay. Next. Ow. Next thing that needs to happen is gonna be those two need shading. There's still 2 more antenna to do. And the headphone still needs detailing. Okay. Recharging. 1 moment, please. Feeling a little very dizzy right now. But okay. Joxai, hello. I've been looking. You sure you shouldn't get some rest today? Yeah. I had I had a really weird day. And I'm currently running on 3 hours sleep. But I've also got deadlines. So I need to push as far as I can push. I need to push as far as I can push, and I just want to get at the absolute barest minimum. I need to get the art layers on this thing done. If I can get that much sorted, then I will feel like I haven't completely failed today. Because a lot of things just did not work out. I had a headache, which prevented me from sleeping during the time slot that I had in my midday second sleep cycle time. So that was less than pleasant. Currently running on 3 hours sleep as well. You got this. Don't push yourself too hard. Thank you. Hope you get some rest too. Right? And after I gave up sleeping, basically, I got up, came to my computer, started switching on and getting ready for stream, only for things to start falling apart at the seams in every way, shape, and form. Literally every single port on my PC box decided that it wanted to have a corrosion party where everything just did not want to connect. Nothing wanted to actually talk with electronics, so everything needed to get plugged in and plugged out and plugged in and plugged out and plugged in and plugged out and plugged in and plugged out until sometime eventually later things actually decided to work. So yeah, it's just in general being a little bit of a frustrating day on that front. Hooey. Hope you feel better. I'll be working alongside you. I understand the technical difficulties coming out of nowhere. Sounds like a pain. You got this. Yeah, I think at the moment I'm just more emotionally exhausted than anything else. Honestly, I think that's probably what's going on, more than anything. Then you. Sorry, I accidentally bumped my microphone. Let me just pop that over there. Like that. There we go. Okay. This needs to get dumped in there as well. Hold up. Okay, grab that. That. Select outside. Expand by 1 pixel. Invert and fill. Okay, that'll do. Okay. Nearly there, nearly there, nearly there, nearly there, nearly there, nearly there, nearly there. Yes, I'm trying to convince myself. We got this, 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 we got this. Okay. What? How do I want to handle this part? I want to go with grab this color, add a layer, grab that, put that on like so. Now let's check this out. We've got let me get rid of that one for a moment. Something like so. Okay. Now, where's the other one? Get one back. No, with a blue radius of 25. Okay. Head on if either. Okay, then that's gonna have a break. That and like that. Okay, grab, fill, filter, blur, Gaussian 5. Okay. Why do I think that I got that wrong? Duplicate. Filter, blur, Gaussian 5. Okay, there we go. is this? I need to have a quick scuzz at eyes. And that is a hydrate. So everyone, acquire your nearest safe for consumption beverage, and let's take a sip. Okay. Okay. Let's go with this. Okay, that'll work. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I need to go merge visible to new layer, grab it and put horizontal. Okay. No. Why? Because there's still one more thing that I've got to do. Is it this one? No. This one? Yeah. Okay. Bluetooth output. Okay. I'm not happy with that shape, actually. Try one more time. Let's try it though with this. That feels better. Okay, like that. Turn that on again. There we go. Nope. Put that on top, like that. Okay. That'll do the trick. Okay. Now what I gotta do is check merge visible to new layer, grab, flip, okay, copy, come over here, just get confirmation. Then I need to ask, oh no, clarify. Paste. And okay. There we go. That one goes away because I don't need it anymore. And hit the save button. It's probably a good idea. Save button is definitely a good idea. Okay. Let me think. We need to get confirmation back on that one. So we're going to go by workflow. Drop that one in there. Next. Bam. Okay. Let that do its thing. And we see if we get a response. I am gonna clue. Yeah, I'm actually thinking I should probably call it. I should probably call it. I have not got the mental capacity at the moment. When you're just drained. Yeah. I'm feeling drained today. And I don't think that that is conducive to productivity in any way, shape, or form. I didn't get as much done today as I would have liked by any stretch of the imagination. But I'd rather not touch things than attempt to do things and then I make horrible mistakes because I'm falling asleep in my chair. Because then the corrections take 3 times as long because you first gotta undo everything that you did and figure out what all you broke. It becomes a very expensive shortcut. A very expensive shortcut. As far as capacity is concerned. Sure. I'm gonna close Live 2D because I'm not gonna go into there today. Toaster, hello. Yeah, I am calling it a day a little earlier today because I completely am running on fumes at the moment. I'm completely running on fumes, but it's good to see you. Hello. How goes? Let me just come over here for a bit because I'm there. Rest is always important. Yeah. Today was just it was just a Monday. Today was a Monday. like a proper. I understand what Garfield was saying now. Monday. It goes good. I'm about to go pick up a guitar soon. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. Go make good music. It's Monday all day. Yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, we survived it. We survived it. Oh, hello. I think I've got a response back from Commissioner. What does he say? What does he say? What does he say? Just need to quickly answer a question. Oh, thank you for the head pats. It got fixed and cleaned up as a second-hand item, so I'm excited about it. Ooh, nice. Understandable that you're tired. Enjoy the head pats. Thank you. I appreciate. Let me just finish answering this question real quick. Okay. Time zone madness. Time zone madness. Yes. So yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a little bit early today because I am honestly I'm running on fumes. Which is not fun. It's not fun. But we do what we can, right? We do what we can. Some progress was made, which is better than no progress being made. Which 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago, I felt like, oh man, how am I going to even start stream today? I did not know. I did not have the bootstraps to pull myself up by at that point in the fight. So that things did creep a little bit closer to finish lines is a victory in itself. Especially knowing that, considering that this one has hair physics, it is gonna take a little bit longer than the usual your character here as well. I also don't want to mess with that and have it how can I phrase this? I don't want to have to redo things 3 times because the first time I did it in a sleepy mess. Okay. let's think. I have on the cards. What have I got on the cards? We to do schedule, browse. Needs to be this week's open. Let's see what have we got going for us. So obviously today we are cutting short, so we're not getting to phase 2 of today's stream this time around. So we're probably gonna finish up. I'm probably going to finish up this Fugi in the run of tomorrow morning in my awake phase, between first and second sleeps. I'm probably going to handle that then, so that we can focus on the cheeky rig in stream. And then on Wednesday is the combat styles analysis thing, guys. On Wednesday is the combat style analysis thing. Look forward to that. That one's going to be fun. If you have not yet dropped your design for consideration and contemplation and being thoroughly broken down into its core components, then please check out my X Twitter or Blue Sky. And you'll see in the comments of the pinned post, you will see the VTuber event post in there as well. So have that look at that. Drop your designs. Let's break it down a little bit. See how you fight. It's gonna be fun. The last time we did this was last year, and it had a good response, and it was really fun to do. So I'm looking forward to analyzing a whole bunch of designs on Wednesday. And then Thursday and probably Sunday, we're probably going to continue working on VTuber rigs. Why? Because they are the current big all-consuming monster that need to be handled before the beginning of November, so both of those need to be done as soon as practically possible. So that is going to be interesting. Now that I think about it, from next week I am going to be switching around the Twitch and YouTube on my schedule so that it looks like YouTube is more important than Twitch, because YouTube is my primary platform. So if you guys are watching on Twitch, I do encourage you guys to also follow along on YouTube. If you're not already aware of it, there is a current major issue with how Twitch counts active viewership. So if you are lurking, then Twitch assumes that you are a robot and says that you are not here, even though you actually are, and you've got the tab open and you are actually watching the stream. It doesn't count you. It's being really stupid. So if you are in two minds, please consider also following along on YouTube. The watch hours are helpful for me, guys. The watch hours are really helpful for me. We are aiming to be able to apply for YouTube Partner so that we can do monetization there, and we can do things like membership content where I can do more behind the scenes Misthaven stuff with you guys, and a whole bunch of other things behind closed doors, preparing lore things and secret projects and all of that madness, as well as other ways that one can support the channel. So those are things that we are currently fighting and aiming towards, and we are looking forward to that. At the moment, we are about halfway, like just over halfway on the followers, just under halfway on the watch hours. So every little bit does count and every little bit does help in terms of getting towards the goals at the end of the day. I do know at some point I need to start doing actual video format stuff. I have got something in the cards that I want to do. I just need to record it and then process it quite significantly still. But it is something that I've got in the cards. It's been brewing in the back of my brain for about a month that I wanted to do it. And I'm almost at the point where I'm ready to actually sit down and do the recording. It's gonna be a first for me. And the only hint I'm giving you is that it's not a tutorial for anything. That is the only hint I'm gonna give you guys. So look forward to that. Look forward to that. I've also got a plan brewing for something that is going to be a new service that I'm going to offer. It is going to be primarily targeted at a male client base at the moment. Because I think that is where I want to niche in, right? So I am going to focus on that. I'm not going to really aim for female clients on that topic. Male client base, that's me. Yes. So it's something for the lads, it's something for you gentlemen to have an option available for you for stuff that you might want to make or have made. And I'm currently in the concepting phase of that. I have had marvelous and brilliant ideas at ridiculous hours in the morning that has been brewing ever since, and I'm just working through the minor technicalities of exactly what all I want to have included in that. But I'm going to start cooking on that as soon as I am possibly far down the line with these two VTuber rigs, to be able to say, okay, I've now got the time to actually properly allocate to this project, because I think it's going to be a great one. Writing down small ideas leads to big things. That it does. A bad handwriting is better than a good memory. Every single time. And the little crib notes that I threw in my solo Discord server, that is literally just a whole bunch of channels that I can find all of my notes for stuff for me, has given me a solid foundation of things to work around and figure out towards that. So look forward to it. I am looking forward to it. I know I also want to do some art studies in the relatively near future. I need to do some more anatomy studies soon, and very soon, because I feel like I'm forgetting how to draw and I hate it. I feel like I'm forgetting how to draw. It's crazy. It's really, really crazy. And yeah, I'm going to be focusing on reminding myself about certain landmark features, and I'm going to be trying to incorporate some new things into the mental library, so that I don't mess up every time. It's stuff that I've studied before, but it hasn't quite 100% stuck yet. And you know what? That's normal. Even the most well-seasoned artists across all genres still go back and practice basics every now and again, right? Because if you stop losing the foundations, then the rest of the skill set begins to crumble into a gazillion terrible little chunks. So you need to go back every now and again, and that's currently where I'm at, is that I feel like I need to go back to basics a bit. remind myself how to do the thing. And that was a hydrate. So everyone, acquire your nearest safer consumption beverage, and let's take a sip. But yeah, little things, little things. That need to be reiterated. So yes, that's where we are at the moment. Also, once again, we are only £30 away from the next goal in the Donothon, which is going to be the unarchived karaoke. It's going to be my first karaoke. It is going to be unarchived because, yeah, I do not know how to do the whole permissions thing. And I haven't really got anyone I can ask at the moment. So there's that little minor detail. And at that point, if we can hit that, I should have enough in the buffer to be able to afford the tablet while it's still on special, and catch it alongside having enough, hopefully to pay for the import duties. So if we can get it while it's still on special, then that'll mean that the rest of the funding from the Donothon can go into acquiring an iPhone, which is going to be really helpful for Teo's rig, which is an iPhone rig which I'm currently doing battle with Mouthforms because I have not got the right input parameters on vBridger, which is cheating. I am trying to cheat vBridger into doing iPhone parameters, and it's not 100% working. So, having the actual right hardware to actually do the thing for the client properly is kind of a little important. So I've got to do that. And then aside from that, yeah, the very next milestone after the karaoke is gonna be a Batsu, where I have to attempt to write a song. I know nothing about music. I am very much a layperson when it comes to music theory. I have got a couple of years experience in choir singing, so I half learned how to read the dots a little bit there. So musical notation I can half sort of follow along with. But when it comes to, you know, chord construction and so on and so forth, I am really done with that math. So we're going to be playing it entirely by ear, and hopefully when that event happens, we'll be able to come up with something that actually sounds like something interesting, right? We shall see what happens. We shall see. But yes, that is stuff that is on the cards for the near and immediate future. Lots of fun stuff in the pipeline. Lots of fun stuff that's planned. Anything else? Yeah. Just trying to think because I'm feeling really dumb. And the general numb feeling between the ears does not help right now. Okay. So Yeah, that's where we're at. That's where we're at. I think I've run out of things to say right this very moment. The brain juice is gone. The brain juice is completely gone. I think I don't know what exactly triggered the headache this afternoon. I think it was my shoulders. Although not seeing them specifically. Because it was just not possible for me to sleep. And I feel like the compounding emotional exhaustion of knowing that one has limited time to actually rest and not being able to actually properly rest. It's like when you're on a vacation someplace and it's really, really nice, but you only had like a long weekend, like 4 days to be there, and it's the day before you have to go home, and it's like we got here, and the day we got here we were tired from traveling, so we chilled. We're here for 2 days and now we have to pack up to go on day 4. It's like we haven't had a vacation yet. That feeling, it's sort of like that, just compressed into 4 hours into the 4 days. So yeah, that was sort of the feeling this day, and then everything broke, and then I had this scramble to figure out if things were actually broken, or if it was just the corrosion on my computer ports. It was just the corrosion on my computer ports. Why? Because the machine is getting a little old now. Woohoo. And one needs to periodically unplug and replug all of the things, otherwise it all starts making very, very, very shaky connections. Look at it in the wrong tone of voice and it starts screaming, right? So it's just been a day. But thank you guys for joining me. I really, really appreciate it. I am going to do my best to rest now so that tomorrow we've got enough energy to do all of the things that we need to do. Gotta go later, Harrier. Okay, Toaster, good luck. Good luck, good luck. I am going to end now as well. So, but yeah. Rest well when you get to it, guys. Go do the things you need to do. I am going to go and take a good solid nap because or try to. I hope that knowing that I've got a full night's time ahead of me is going to make it easier for my brain to actually realize, hey, you don't need to be primed to wake up in 2 hours. Go! You can actually afford to sleep. I don't know if that's... do you guys also struggle with this thing where, if you know, you've only got limited time to do a thing and then you get paralyzed and you can't actually do anything because, you know, in such a small amount of time the next big thing is happening. I think that's kind of what happened between my ears when it came to today's second sleep. It was not fun, but anyway, I think that I am 90% sure that that's what happened, is that sort of task queue paralysis, almost. I think, I don't know what it's called. I think there's probably a term for it. Probably. I do not know what it's called. I can't be the only person on the planet who's had that. But yeah, I think that's kind of what happened today. So, whoopsie. Rest well, guys. I'm going to do my best so that tomorrow we can continue to do our best. Rested, recharged, ready, and with a lot more gusto than this day. Yeah, so good night, rest well, and until next time, cheery bye.